Hey, Jeff Boyle here with Networking Star. Today I'm in beautiful Midway, Utah. Yesterday I completed an interview with the founders of Reign Nutrition in Alpine, Utah. Reign Nutrition is a couple of years old, but has recently seen some incredible expansion here in the United States, Korea, and different parts of Europe. It was a fun interview, and it was cool to see the passion that they have for their field, the passion they have for their product, and really why they're doing their business. We hope you love this edition of Star Interviews.
Well, tell me, I've been watching what you guys are doing at Reign. It's been very impressive. Tell me a little bit about the growth that you guys are experiencing.
Well, it's been tremendous, especially the last few months. We've gotten to some different countries and really taken off. So the Reign name, the Reign brand, and the product has really propelled us into some of these areas that we're just having phenomenal growth.
What are the areas that, and sometimes it's hard to know where to expand and where not to expand, but where are you seeing all the growth right now?
Well, the area that's the most important to us is just where we can find really good leadership. One of the really good leaders that we found was in Korea, and Korea has been a tremendous area for us. We've had fantastic growth, unbelievable returns from people coming back and saying, hey, the product is giving me something that I've never had before. And also they're having unbelievable experiences with getting a little more freedom and making money and finally getting an opportunity to do some of the things they've wanted to do their whole life.
Well, and Toby, I know that you have a ton of experience in expansion with other businesses. Korea typically can be pretty scary. What drove you guys to decide Korea?
It is, and Korea is not one of the easiest markets to get into. And as Chad mentioned, it's leadership, and we found the right person in Korea. It's finding someone you can trust and you can work with, that you come together as one to be able to have the same common goals to build a great company. And fortunately, we were able to find that individual. And that's what's made it possible to be able to go into Korea. Other than that, if you just look at it from a financial standpoint, to being so young as we are, it doesn't make sense to, just because the amount of money that it takes. But we had confidence in the leadership. We met with the leaders there, some of the field leaders there, before we made the decision to pull the trigger on it, and that made it a lot better. And it's coming to fruition. It's telling us that we made the right decision. It's a great market for us. And I think other great places that we've got is Europe. Eastern Europe is, and yet again, another phenomenal leader that's been able to help us find the right people there. Of course, he's based here in the U.S., but spends a lot of time in Europe and knows the people, loves the people there, and it's taken them the great opportunity. And that's what's exciting about this industry too, is the lives that you can help change.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting as you look at the different companies that are coming in and the different products. What do you think is different about your product versus what's out there? Because there's a lot out there right now, and some companies are really struggling. Why is it that you're growing so fast right now?
Well, I think all the companies out there have good products. I think everybody's got their own special niche. The thing I think that everybody's missing is what we really hit, and what we really talk about is the seeds. The seed and the cold press technology that's out there has really been what's propelled us forward, because with the seed you get so much more than you get with the juice, than you get with the pulp, or with anything else to do with the fruit. The seed is where the life of the fruit began, and that's what we're trying to take into our bodies. That technology and the studies that are behind it are amazing, and it'll do amazing things for the body. And that is the one thing that separates us from anybody else, is that seed technology.
Well, did you have experience in direct sales, network marketing before Reign?
I had experience in direct sales. I had a company before, and we had a really large company all over the U.S. The direct sales model is something that is second nature to me. I really enjoy it. I understand how to work it, and I understand what to do with it. So this has been something that I was able to really slip into very easily.
Any kind of adjustment to be able to go from, because you had employees rather than distributors, didn't you, before?
No, before we had some employees, but most everybody that we worked with was basically a 1099 or a type of distributor. Yes.
A lot of times people will come from corporate America and try to make it in network marketing on the corporate side. And I know both of you had experience on that. What's the adjustment, do you think, that so many people fail to make going from corporate America to network marketing?
To me, I think that it's a lot of times it's understanding, because this industry has its quirks. No industry is the same. You look at every different aspect of retail, how people distribute product, internet, whatever it might be. Everyone has their little quirks and their little small things that make them different. And it's understanding distributors, because you're dealing with people at some point. They're entrusting you with their life. Somebody that takes on network marketing to do it full time. This is their full time. They've got passion. And that's what you're looking for, somebody that has the passion to go out and make a difference. And sometimes I think when we're dealing just on a retail, I've dealt on the retail side of the world, and you're dealing with the general public that comes in and buys your product if they feel like they need to or if they want to. But here you've got people that it's a livelihood for them, and it's a life to them and their families and helping impact. And I think that's also on the flip side of why people sometimes have a negative connotation to what network marketing is, because they think it's this big pyramid scheme. But in reality, it's sharing something with somebody that you have a feeling for, whether it be a product that has changed your life, has given you an experience, or even a financial reward. I think that sometimes if people would just open up a little bit more to the broader picture of what we're all trying to accomplish, you'd see a little more reception out there too.
Well, what's driving you? I know in network marketing we always talk about what drives the distributors or what drives the marketers, but so oftentimes the environment of a company is determined by the top people. And as the top people within your company, what's driving you, Chad? I know you did very well at the business before. Why this, and what makes you spend your money on this?
Yeah, well, I think the beautiful thing about America is an idea, and an idea begets opportunity. And after I was done with my old company, I remember sitting around thinking, what's the next thing I want to do? But every idea I have has to be fulfilled by other people. And I really thought this was a good opportunity to allow other people to have the kind of freedom that I was able to experience through another really good experience through my old company. And if other people can go and take an idea that we came up with and deliver that out to the world, and they can experience the freedom that they want, then that's what I really enjoy about this.
Well, there's no question both of you have had success, and oftentimes it's very interesting for other people to know what drives Toby. I mean, what makes you wake up in the morning and fly to Europe or to Asia or even to Detroit? What's motivating you to do this?
When we put this idea together, when we put the company together, it's I'd had success prior. Coming out of college, I'd started a business down in Arizona, sold that, and then started another company here locally. And it was the people. And for the last 15 years, I've had an opportunity to sit on a foundation board and to bless people's lives with things that you've been blessed with, and to walk into, see people receive funds to help build hospitals, to build triages and helping people in need. There's something different there, and that feeling is what motivates me, is that I want to help people, and someday I want to have that foundation of my own. And not be the one sitting on the board. I want to have that foundation for myself that I can help again in many, many different ways. But it's on a granular level, more it's working with Chad, it's working with Bart, it's working with Howard, it's working with just good, solid people that are fun to work with. It's fun to get up in the morning and go to an office where you trust the people, you like the people, you know that they're giving everything that they've got to the business to make it succeed. And then it's when you go out to the field and you're out there with the Jimmys and the Felixes and the Mr. Lees and the people out there in the field, and you see their excitement, you hear their stories and their passions, and that's the big thing for me. That's what motivates me every morning to get up and go do this.
Well, that's kind of interesting. My wife told me about this. I'm not an Oprah watcher. You believe it?
Sure.
She told me on Oprah there was a deal about happiness and money, how it correlates to money. And at about $75,000, they say that money really, once you're taking care of your basic needs, money isn't what makes you happy. And I know both of you have made more than $75,000 in this last year. What drives you? What makes you happy? What's keeping you going with this?
The people we work with. I mean, that's first and foremost. I really believe in our team, and then our team we really believe in everybody else who's a part of the business. From the last person who joined the business yesterday to the people that have been with us the whole time. We really believe in what we're trying to do.
Well, I would say I'd say you've got a pretty cool 4x4 that also you spend some time that you just come back from St. George.
Yes, I did.
So what do you guys do when you're not working?
Spend time with the kids. Spend time with the family. My kids are involved in a lot of sports, and when my kids were small and they kind of need a mom a lot, it was easier to go out and work and be involved in things externally outside of the house. But as my kids have gotten older, I long for that day and that time that I can spend with them. Caden going to football camp right now, and it's in the middle of winter and the football season that comes around, and volleyball season, and there are the personal things that I like to do, the outdoor activities that we can say. And it's those are the things you gotta have a release somewhere, right?
So have you ever flipped your Jeep?
No, I've done a wheelie, but I've never flipped it. Knock on wood.
So do you ever ride with him when he goes in the Jeep?
No, I've never been with him, just to lunch.
Just to lunch is out of that. Well, it's really interesting. Money has a lot to do with why you're in business, and as you see the people and as you see new people, what do you want for your people when they when they're signing up and they're excited about your product, obviously, but when it comes to the financial opportunity, what drives you when you're talking to the people?
Well, I think the most important thing is I want them to find enough to be happy. There's a certain point where in any business, whether it be this one, no matter what business it is, where greed can take over and it ruins the beautiful reason why you started working to begin with, and that was to make more happiness, to be able to help your family out. After you get to that point, I want them to be, that's really what I'm looking for. If they go beyond that and they can find happiness, that's great, but what we want to do is make sure that everybody out there has the freedom to be able to be with their families, to do the things that I want to do with my family, and they have that same opportunity.
Do you think the economy has hurt your business at all?
Yeah, I think on both sides. I think it's also helped, but I think that there's the people. I would say that people are just a little more skeptical, and maybe it's more from I've got this money, I can either spend it here or I can spend it here. I don't have the discretion to do both. But I think if with a solid company and what we can offer, that we can show them that spending their money and investing it in Rain and in their future will ultimately be able to give them the money to do both, have both decisions fulfilled.
So what is your vision then of your product, of your company? What do you want people to know about Rain? I mean, even you as the chairman.
Oh, I want them to know we're different. A lot of times you get kind of in the grind of these MLMs, and people get lost in the shuffle. The one thing I want them to know is that Rain, what we're trying to become, is more of a big family where we all work together, we all understand, we all have the same vision, and we go forward. And then people really feel like they're part of something, like their input matters to us, because it does. What
is your vision for economical product? If you could look 5 years into the future, what do you see for Rain?
Oh, we want it to rain like it did on Noah. I mean, that's what we want. We want it all over the world, and that's the thing that we want more than anything are the people who are working at Rain every day to find that financial stability they're looking for. But on top of that, we want them to find health, because without the one, the other one doesn't matter, and vice versa. They've got to have both, and with the products, they will definitely feel healthier, and they'll definitely see their life change, and that will force them to want to go out and help other people even more.
And Toby, as you think about the future, and paint the picture for me of what Rain will be.
To me, what Rain's going to be to everybody that joins the company is a place that they can feel secure, a place that they feel fulfilled, a place in an environment like Chad had mentioned that they feel like a family. Too many times I think companies throw out these big extravagant numbers of where they're going to be in 5, 10, 15 years. Everybody's trying to say they want to become the billion-dollar company. I don't know if it's so much about how many dollars we make. I think we'll be a successful company whether it's $100 million or whether it's $1 billion, because success to me is that people feel secure, they feel like they've accomplished one of the things of either health or wealth, They feel like that they're part of the family and that that what they have is something that they can own. It's an asset in which they own.
You know, thanks for opening up your home. It's pretty exciting what you guys are doing, and wish you guys the rain is. Say that for me one more time.
We wanted to rain like it did on Noah. You know.
Call Noah. Tell him to get the ark ready because it's going to rain.